started. So I feel like I talk about either Adrienne Marie Brown or Lama Owens before the beginning of every class, and it's because I've been very immersed in their books. And I finally finished Emergent Strategy, and I'm on chapter 11, Apocalypse, right now, of this book, Love and Rage by Lama Owens. And I feel like the chapter I'm on, and also where we are in terms of like the planets. I just watched David, who's a fellow poser and like really knows a lot about astrology, talk about how Jupiter and Saturn are coming into that conjunction on the 21st, and how we're headed into like Aquarius energy and moving out of Capricorn energy. Hi, Emma. And how like Capricorn is like very much about like systems and like foundations, and it's pretty much how the world is already set up right now. And we're moving into Aquarius, which is, and Capricorn is earth, so it's like everything is like formed, it is solid, it is round, it is grounded to this planet that we exist on. And Aquarius is air, so like we may like kind of like get swept up and like lose ourselves, but also we are headed somewhere different. And with that kind of like, and that's happening on the 21st. It's the first time that they've been that close in sight in 800 years, but they do come that close together every 20 years. And I'm definitely not an astrologer, but I do like to follow that kind of stuff, or people that do follow that stuff. And it pairs up so well with Apocalypse Now, chapter 11. And he talks about how in Christian theology, they call it apocalypse. In tantric Hindu tradition, they call it Kali Yuga. In Buddhism, they refer to it as the Dark Ages. And in Kali Yuga, they mean a breaking away, an unveiling, where on one hand, truth is being unveiled, but on the other hand, we're facing the limitations of our being able to handle this truth. This is the truth. Like, this is how we have been living together. This is how we've covered up so many issues and how we can't cover them up anymore. And I'm sure we can think of basically any system of oppression is like the systems that have been in place and they've been covered up. And talks about like exploring the end of capitalism. And then it gets into talking about discomfort and also the mindfulness practice. So discomfort is experienced in a myriad of ways, and we all know this. It comes up in terms of hate, fear, anger, despair, sadness, depression, terror, and it's going to be different for everyone, and it's always changing. So we lose the ability to hold space for that suffering, and therefore our anger or our rage, which helps us identify that we are hurt. That anger and that same rage actually just becomes energy that we respond to habitually, and that starts creating harm and violence for ourselves and for others. And he's talking about, it's not about the end of the world, it's about the end of a way of thinking, a way of believing, and that is painful to let go of. And I love that, like, linked up with the astrology, like we are coming to an end of the way that we were doing things, and like it is a time for new leaders like AOC, who's like already carried so much emotional labor, but like to step forward. Like it's time for those kind of thinkers. And I know everyone here is involved in that kind of like collective, like they all have a form, you all have a way of expressing that. So I think that is so cool, and I'm so excited. It made me excited. I feel like oftentimes the unknown can make me like fucking terrified and I like kind of shut down, but this actually gets me excited. Like I'm excited for everything that's going to change. Okay, so cool. 12:04. Let us start in a seat. And just take a moment to connect to the earth. Feel your tailbone connecting to the ground. Feel the spine elongating, the shoulders relaxing down. Any tension you're holding in your neck or your face, letting that drip down. And we'll do one clearing breath and 3 rounds of Om together. Inhale in through the nose. And exhale, AHA out of the mouth. Inhale in through the nose. And exhale, AHA out of the mouth. Okay, this time for Om. Inhale, breathe in. Inhale, breathe in. And exhale, let the breath go. And we'll start class today in balasana, child's pose, bringing the toes to touch. Knees can either be extended or together. Arms can be at your sides or long out in front of you. And taking a moment to arrive, acknowledging transition into your practice, and energetically shifting it into your yoga space. Oftentimes the rooms that we're in accommodate a lot of different needs. And now this space is transitioning into your practice space, taking in any temperatures that might be coming across the surface of your skin, the texture of your clothes, the rhythm of the rise and the fall of your belly from your breathing, any noises that could be bleeding into your experience. And then shifting your awareness from the senses to the breath. Noticing the expansion of your lungs, how it changes your ribs, how it affects your shoulders, the neck even, and then the release, the contracting. And then directing your awareness to the mind. And really, this is a moment to check in. It's definitely not a time to criticize. Like, please suspend all judgments of what is going on in the mind. Because it may be really loud, and it may be something that you're not like stoked. You're like, why am I thinking about this? So just like really checking in and being a witness to what's going on. And from here, we'll engage the Ujjayi breath, upward victorious breath, gentle constriction in the back of the throat. Inhale in through the nose. And exhale, AHA out of your mouth. And continuing, inhale in through the nose. And exhale out through your nose. And if there's any point in class where you lose track of your breath and you want to come back to child's pose and reignite, reconnect with the earth, you're more than welcome to do that at any point throughout the class. And gently over the next few breaths or so, press up into a tabletop. And take your time getting there, taking any little detours you need to on the way. And we'll meet in table, stacking shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, getting any wiggles or movement out that the body is asking for. I always like to, well, it changes, but today it seems good to hood and shrug my shoulders. You may want to waggle your hips. And then from here, I'm going to flow through cat and cow. Inhale for a cow pose, extension, letting the belly drop, the collarbones widen, sending the gaze up. And exhale, press into cow pose, pressing the palms into the mat, tucking the navel. And inhale for cow, send the tail up, gaze up, chest up. And exhale, cat, press round, dome and tuck. Continue flowing breath to movement. Maybe speeding it up, maybe slowing it down, adding anything in that the body is asking for. And gently over the next few breaths, we'll meet back in a neutral table. Inhale to tuck under your toes. And exhale, press back, down dog, hips high, heels low. Take a moment to send some awareness into the palms of your hands, especially each knuckle mound, index and thumb, rooting down through the whole hand. Inhale, come onto your tippy toes really high. And exhale, bend your knees a lot so you can really first feel the palms pressing into the mat, engagement of your arms. You can thread that awareness all the way down your spine. Feel the lengthening in the spine. Tailbone is going up towards the ceiling. You can slowly let the heels drift back down, work towards straightening the legs. They never have to get all the way straight, but keeping that lengthening sensation in the vertebrae with you in your practice. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale out through the nose. Walk to the top of your mat to ragdoll forward fold. You can bring your feet hips width distance. And you can keep the eyes closed, or you can choose to pop them open and take any grip the body is asking for. You can grasp for opposite elbow. Maybe go for a shoulder expansion, pressing your fist up towards the ceiling. Inviting a generous bend into your knees and feeling the weight of your body and the force of gravity. They are collaborating in this moment. And then release any chosen grip and let the arms slide down, and choose your feet for sun salutations. You can leave some distance in between the feet. Maybe the floor you're practicing on is uneven, so you need that distance to keep stability. Either way, begin to unfurl your spine intentionally, deliberately, and come to standing. Samasthiti, same or equal on all sides standing posture. And taking the time to zero in and find your plumb line. And we already talked about the forces of gravity. And so thinking about everything in your experience kind of moving towards center. And I keep using the imagery of those things they used to have at zoos and like public places where you'd plop a quarter or a penny in and it would just zoom around the outside, and then it would start speeding up, and then it would speed up so fast and then it would drop into the center. Like that center is what you're trying to tap into right now. And you can keep your eyes shut if you like, or of course you can keep them open. But right now, setting and leaving space for intention. And your intention can be just to be at attention in this practice. That is an awesome intention. It might be something you've been integrating into your life for a long time. It might be something more collective. It might be an I am and I have statement. Whatever it is, inhale, breathe that in. And exhale, release it out, HA. And you can choose to keep the eyes closed, kind of practice this withdrawal of the senses, or open the eyes and maybe go against what you usually do, or find comfort in what is gonna give you strength. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, sweep the arms up overhead. And pause here, relaxing the shoulders, pressing the feet into the mat, just like we did our hands in down dog. This activates the legs. And tap into the bandhas, Uddiyana, Mula Bandha, contraction of the pelvic floor, belly button back towards the spine, relaxing your shoulders, relaxing your jaw. Inhale here. And exhale, cactus the arms, baby back bend, shine the sternum up. Inhale, sweep your arms up. And with your right hand, grab your left wrist. We're just gonna do lateral flexion before we get into the rest of our Sane. Inhale to find length in the spine. And exhale, side body bend towards the right. So you're creating a lot of compression on the right side and lengthening on the left side. And I met with Veronica yesterday, who I teach yin with on Wednesday, and we were talking about the movement in the spine. One of the directions, it goes in 4 different ways the spine goes, and this is one of them, lateral flexion. Inhale, come back to center, switch the grip of your hands. And exhale, side body bend towards the left. Feeling the tip of your hip, peeling away from the floating ribs. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, cactus the arms, baby back bend, shine the sternum up. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold, hinge at the hips, tail out, dive down, bent knees. Inhale, halfway lift, reset your spine, lengthen the vertebrae. Exhale, top of push-up, Dandasana, staff pose. Always option to come down to your knees or to come down to forearms in this pose, depending on where you are in your day and in your process right now. Either way, really actively pressing the floor away from you, creating that same length in the spine and turning towards the intensity that is this pose. It is challenging, and When faced with challenge, I often want to just kind of get out of the room, get out of the way, returning towards that right now, and then releasing, knowing that this is a very impermanent sensation and we're capable of doing so much with our bodies. And we'll practice a few rounds of Cobra, keeping the arms near your chest. Inhale for Cobra pose, Bhujangasana, pressing tops of the feet, pelvis into the mat, lifting the head, neck, and chest. And exhale to lower. Inhale, Cobra pose, Bhujangasana, lift your head, neck, and chest. And for this last iteration, if you would like to tent to fingertips and have the elbows point up towards the ceiling, you're welcome to join me. It kind of gets more into your lumbar spine, the lower back. Inhale, Cobra pose, Bhujangasana, lift the head, neck, and chest. And exhale to lower. And bring the hands back by your chest. Inhale, tabletop. And exhale, press back, downward facing dog, sending the hips high, the heels low. And continuing, inhale in through the nose. And exhale, HA out of the mouth. Seal your lips, inhale in through the nose. And exhale out through the nose. Inhale, look to the front. Exhale, move there, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, reset, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, rise with your breath, sweep your arms up. Exhale, cactus the arms, baby back bend. And pause here, just taking a moment to tap into the collarbone, the clavicle. And there's a bundle of nerves under the clavicle, and that collarbone protects those nerves. It's kind of fun to think about. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold, hinge the hips, dive down. Inhale, halfway lift, reset, lengthen. Exhale, top of a push-up, Dandasana, staff pose. Pause here. Again, always option to come down to knees. I'm going to go ahead and cue traditional chaturanga vinyasa, and you can try that on with me if you like. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower down halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, pressing tops of the feet into the mat, legs are lifted, sternum shining up. And exhale, press back, downward facing dog, hips high, heels low. And of course, you're welcome to do that iteration of vinyasa flow. You can practice Cobra to down dog. You can practice with your knees down. You can skip it. You can change as the practice evolves. Like, I know everyone here has practiced a lot of yoga, so I don't even need to repeat myself, but always granting yourself that liberty and permission if needed. Inhale in through the nose. And exhale out through the nose. Inhale, look to the front. Exhale, move there, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, reset, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, rise with your breath, sweep the arms up. Exhale, cactus the arms, baby back bend. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold, hinge at the hips, dive down. Inhale, halfway lift, reset, lengthen. Exhale, top of a push-up, Dandasana, staff pose. I actually am going to switch up Sane just a little bit here. We're going to incorporate some back bends. So you're pressing into the mat and then slowly lower all the way down to the belly. And you're welcome to practice either forms of Cobra that we took already, or if you want to join me in bound locust. You can interweave the fingers kind of near the base of your spine, and if the interweaving is not happening, maybe grabbing for opposite arms, or you can also use like a strap or a sock to make that connection between the hands. Inhale here. Exhale, release all the air out of your lungs. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, activate your legs. So you're coming to the center point. What is anchoring you is going to be your pelvis. And remembering to breathe here. This is challenging, and when we do back bends, we tend to hold our breath. Or I tend to. Inhale here. And exhale, release. Let that go. Back bends can be super activating. They can kind of activate the sympathetic nervous system. So remembering to come back to your breath. You're in a safe environment. You're doing a practice that honestly, it cultivates resilience. Inhale, tabletop. And exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale out through the nose. Inhale, look to the front. Exhale, move there, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, reset, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, rise with your breath. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha. Exhale, top of a push-up, Dandasana, staff pose, and then lower all the way down to the belly. You're welcome to take Cobra. You're welcome to take Bound Locust. And I know sometimes before I practice yoga, I've just eaten. So if you're like, oh my God, why are we doing all these back bends? I get it. Just don't go as much as or as far. Don't push yourself if you're full, I guess is what I'm saying. And we'll take Dhanurasana. So bending the knees or bow pose, grabbing for the outside edges of your feet. Inhale, lift your chest. And exhale, kick your feet into your hands. And finding the soft part of your belly, kicking the feet into the hands, lifting the chest. And then releasing down and noticing how the breath has changed. And it is still early on in class, so it may not have felt like your full range of motion, and that's okay. We don't always have to get to our full range of motion. Inhale, tabletop. And exhale, press back, downward facing dog, hips high, heels low. Inhale in through the nose. And exhale out through the nose. So for Sun B, the start point is actually Utkatasana, and we are going to make a full circuit all the way around our mats. So we're going to use the front side of the mat and we're going to use the back side of the mat. And I like to say that now because it helps me to know where I'm going. Kind of like giving you a little bit of a map before we jump in. Inhale, look to the front. Exhale, move there, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, reset, lengthen. Exhale, hinge. Inhale for Utkatasana, fierce pose, awkward chair. The feet can be toe-heeled to touch. There can also be distance in between your feet. But either way, plugging your weight into your heels. You can bring your hands to your hips so you can really feel the flaring of your tail. Emily often talks about if you had like a swirl tail, like it would be like going up, or like if you had a puppy tail, like you could really feel the tail moving. Tapping into the curvature of your spine. Maybe bringing the hands to touch at heart center. Maybe the arms are out in front of you. And this like Dandasana is so hard. But just being with that intensity and knowing you're capable of being in intense situations and that they're always changing. Inhale here. And exhale, release. Whew. Forward fold, let that go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale for Utkatasana, fierce pose. I know, I thought we just let this go. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale to find length in your spine. Exhale, prayer twist towards the right. Bring left elbow outside of right knee and use that point of connection to leverage your twist open. So you spin the right ribs over, the left ribs under. Gaze can be up, gaze can be down, whatever feels like a safe range of motion in the neck. Inhale here. And this is a challenging transition, and if you don't make it, that's okay. We'll get ourselves set up. But really shifting the weight into your right foot. Send the left leg behind you. And I totally just missed my mat. So if you have to recalibrate, readjust, coming into this revolved crescent lunge. And when you get here, if you feel like you need some support, go ahead and pop down the back knee, but still using that point of contact on the outside edge of your right leg to really leverage your twist open. Inhale here. Exhale here. This is another challenging transition. Inhale, lift the chest, bring the right arm behind you, left arm forward to an open twist. Again, it's okay if you pop down to the back knee. And breathing into the intensity of this challenge. Inhale here. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Spin the back heel down. Open up, broadening through the collarbones, expanding through the arms. Tapping into the fierceness of this posture. And exhale, release. Ooh, come back to a sense of homeostasis in your breath. straightening the front leg, bringing the right arm down, the left arm up, coming into triangle pose, Trikonasana. And taking a moment to notice where the hips are in space, feeling the range of motion in the ball and socket joints that are your hips. Inhale, high pyramid, palms touch. Exhale, warrior two towards the back of your mat. So shift the whole experience towards the back. Left knee is tracking towards the outside edge of your pinky toe. This is external rotation in the left hip. Inhale, reverse warrior, peaceful warrior, right arm down, left arm up, stretching through the side body, the obliques. Keeping a deep bend that front knee. And exhale, cartwheel your arms and flow your version of high to low. And we'll meet back in downward facing dog. Or you can choose to skip. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale, HA. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale, HA, tongue out. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale out through the nose. And I'm going to be honest, this sequence is challenging, but for some reason I've been kind of leaning into the yang intensity in the middle of class, and then at the end of class it makes the yin part so much more sweet. So trying to find that duality, and then knowing if you're pushing up on too much today, like, do what you need to do for your practice. Inhale, right leg lifts, reach, extend right leg behind you. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. Feet are on separate tracks, and then go ahead and spin the back heel down for warrior one, setting up your foundation. I even like to toe heel my right foot to the outside edge of my mat a little bit when I set up my warrior one foundation. Inhale, warrior one, arms up, chest lifts, and pausing here to set this experience up. And it's never quite as comfortable, and yoga poses aren't necessarily meant to be comfortable, but I always feel more kind of like I sink into it in a warrior two, and warrior one is always a little bit more of a challenge. Right thigh bone bumps back into the right hip socket. This may bump your left hip forward. Inhale here. Exhale here. We're going to shift the weight into the right leg. Inhale, shift the weight into your right leg. Exhale, come into one-legged Tadasana. Left leg lifts, and the left thigh is paralleling the top of your mat. And this is absolutely a balance challenge. I can feel my ankle like wiggling right to left as it's trying to calibrate and bolster some strength from being in this balance. It doesn't have the support of my other leg. Option to stay here, or option to take figure four, bringing left ankle on top of right thigh, hands through heart center, tail flares just like in Utkatasana. We'll be here for one breath. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale out through the nose. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana, left leg lifts, arms reach. And exhale, pivot towards the left. So we haven't faced this side of the mat yet. It's definitely the horizontal side. And we're like basketball players. We're gonna pivot. I never really played basketball, so I can't believe I just said that. But we're gonna pivot towards the left. Like, I feel like I've seen them do that. And pivot is going to be the cue that I use. Inhale, high pyramid, palms touch. And exhale, warrior one to the front. So it's a little bit of an awkward transition. Adjusting the feet is necessary. Left thigh bone bumps back into left hip socket this time. Right hip bumps forward. You can tap into the bandhas here. I know some people really like to get into the back bend. Maybe even bring the palms to touch. Inhale here. Exhale, interweave the fingers at the base of your spine. Inhale, elevate the chest. And exhale to bow forward, humble warrior. Slowly bringing the chest, the torso towards the floor. Maybe even bringing the inside seam of the left side of your torso into the inside seam of the left side of your leg. And really letting the force of gravity take the weight of your body forward. This is a lunge. And I definitely feel a lot in the inside seam of my left legs. I'm also pumping my fist towards the ceiling. Not like in a fist pump way, but in just like an expansion way. Inhale, Ujjayi. And exhale, Ujjayi. You can release both hands down to the mat. Drop the back knee down to the mat. Untuck your toes. plant the right palm onto the ground, and inhale, open twist towards the left. Left fingertips up towards the ceiling. And take in a moment to really feel the earth under your right hand. And maybe you're pulling energy up from the earth. Maybe there's something you release into it. Maybe it's a hybrid combo of both. Inhale here. And exhale, plant the left palm, plant the right palm. And before we transition to the other side, and we'll just do this one time, bring the hands up onto your hips. So you can really feel the compression on the left side, the left leg, and the lengthening on the right side. And this right side, it's gonna be like your hip flexors, your psoas is in there, the quads are getting activated. And just noticing what this sensation feels like. Maybe you move into a little bit of a gentle back bend if that's interesting to you, bringing both hands to your lower back. Maybe today you're just focusing on stability in your foundation. And then release both hands down to the mat, framing the front foot. Inhale, tuck under your toes. Exhale, send the left leg back to meet the right, high plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower down halfway, chaturanga, dandasana. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale, HA. Seal your lips. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale out through the nose. We're going to go ahead and do all of that on the left side, really setting it up with intention, trying to activate what the pose really feels like in all corners of your body. And then we'll flow breath to movement so we can get into the fluidity that is associated with this practice. I can kind of tap into the flow state, which I think is a really liberating feeling. Inhale in through the nose. And exhale out through the nose. Inhale, look to the front. Exhale, move there, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, reset, lengthen. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Inhale, Utkatasana, fierce pose, awkward chair, putting the weight into your hips, heels, hands can be out in front of you. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale to find length in your spine. Exhale, prayer twist towards the left this time. Bring right elbow outside of left knee, using that point of contact to twist the chest open even more so you can feel the left rib spinning over. And the ribs are not just in the front, but they're three-dimensional. So feeling the side and the back. Inhale here. Exhale here. This is first challenging transition. So keeping all the weight in your left leg, ever so gently send the right leg behind you. And if that is a clunky and you fall on the way, that's okay. I just fell out. And maybe you pop down onto your back knee. That is a really good way to do this practice. And arriving in this revolved crescent, turning towards the challenge. I often avoid teaching this pose because it's so hard. And I'm trying to turn towards the poses that I find challenge with and kind of unravel like what's going on there. Inhale here. And exhale here. Inhale, open twist. Send your left fingers back, right fingers forward. Woo! I'm definitely like shaking. Inhale here. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Broadening through the body. Left knee is heading towards the outside edge of your pinky toe. Broadening through the collarbones. Inhale, straighten the front leg. That release is going to feel awesome. Exhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Left arm down, right arm up. And taking a moment to feel all the limbs. Your right arm, your left arm, the feet, the legs, the head. And notice how they are arriving in this pose. Coming back to Ujjayi. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale out through the nose. Inhale, high pyramid, palms touch. Exhale, warrior two towards the back. Shift your whole perspective. Spin the back heel down 40-60, right knees heading towards the outside edge of your pinky toe. And tapping into the energetic qualities of a warrior. This is a fierce, powerful pose. It's compassionate. It is determined. Whatever a warrior is for you. Inhale, reverse warrior, peaceful warrior. Left arm down, right arm up, stretching through the side body, the obliques, keeping it deep under your front knee. And exhale, cartwheel your arms and flow your version of high to low or choose to skip it. And we'll meet back in down dog. And taking a moment to rekindle your connection to community. And I literally like to picture every face that I saw at the beginning of class on the Zoom screen and remind myself that I am not in my living room with my cat practicing yoga out loud, but I'm actually here with you and everyone, and we are doing this practice together, very much sharing time and space together in a virtual sense. This is a live class, and I love that. Inhale in through the nose. And exhale out through the nose. Inhale, left leg lifts, reach, extend, left leg behind you. And exhale, step it through, low lunge, feet are on separate tracks. Spin the back heel down 40-60 degrees, setting up for the foundation of warrior one. You may even want to inch the left foot out towards the left side. Inhale, warrior one, arms up, chest lifts. And exhale, sweep the arms behind you, press your chest forward. Inhale, feel the foundation in your left foot. That's what we're going to balance on. And exhale, come into one-legged Tadasana. Right leg lifts. You may have to take a pit stop with the right foot on your way up, paralleling the right thigh to the top of your mat. And finding the balance challenge here. This is a good place to stay. Or inhale, find length. Exhale, figure four, bring right ankle on top of left thigh, and bring hands to heart center, flaring the tail. Inhale, Ujjayi. Exhale, Ujjayi. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana, right leg lifts, lift your arms up. Exhale, pivot like a basketball player, open towards the right. Inhale, high pyramid, palms touch. And exhale, warrior one towards the front. Again, that's probably the clunkiest transition that I made in this sequence, but often it's an open up to warrior two. And I thought it'd be nice to challenge ourselves with a different pose. Inhale to find length. And exhale, interweave the fingers near the base of your spine, or you can grasp for opposite elbows or use a scarf or a strap if you have one lying around. Inhale, find length. Exhale, bow forward, humble warrior, bringing the torso towards the floor. Maybe bringing the inside seam of your right chest, inside seam of the right legs, and letting the head hang heavy, releasing tension in your forehead, releasing tension in your brow, letting the tongue be removed from the roof of your mouth, relaxing the jaw, the neck, the shoulders. Inhale, Ujjayi. Exhale, Ujjayi. Plant both palms, frame your front foot, and go ahead and drop the back knee down. Untuck the toes. Plant through the left palm, really feeling its connection to the ground. And inhale, open twist towards the right. Right fingertips up towards the ceiling. Right ribs over, left ribs under. And exhale, plant both palms, frame your front foot. And inhale, come on up into this grounded form of crescent lunge. And really experimenting here. Maybe you're bringing the arms up. Maybe you're bringing the hands to your lower back. Maybe you experiment with a twist, or maybe you're just feeling into the sensations of the right and the left side of your legs, or what's going on in the feet. And taking a moment to find this pose and how it's changed from right to left, left to right. Inhale here. Exhale, plant the palms, frame the front foot. Inhale, tuck under the back toes. Exhale, engage your back leg. Inhale, right leg comes back to meet the left, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale in through the nose. And exhale out through the nose. Go ahead and come down to a seat and take a moment for self-care. I'm going to grab a sip of water. You may have to run to the bathroom or, I don't know, fix your clothes. There's always something we need. And oftentimes when we're flowing, it's like, oh, I'll get to it later, but let's get to it now. Okay. We are going to do that twice more. Don't hate me. But the third time through, it's going to be slightly different. So just keep your ears open. And I'm going to add some additional postures, some of them being slower ones. So stay motivated. And we'll get through this. All right. So let's meet back in downward facing dog. Hopefully that was enough time, and hopefully the water bottle wasn't super loud into the microphone. And taking a moment to come back to your breath. Inhale in through the nose. And exhale, HA out through the mouth. Okay, see how the lips this time? Inhale in through the nose. Exhale out through the nose. Inhale, look to the front. Exhale, move there, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, reset, lengthen. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Inhale for Utkatasana, fierce pose, awkward chair. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, find length in your spine. Exhale, prayer twist towards the right. Bring left elbow outside of right knee, using that point of contact leverage. Inhale here. Exhale, send the left leg back to revolved crescent. Option to come down to the back knee. Feeling right ribs over, left ribs under. Inhale, open twist, right arm back, left arm forward. Exhale, open up, warrior two, Virabhadrasana. Inhale, high pyramid, palms touch. Exhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Bump your hips back, right arm down, left arm up. Inhale, high pyramid, palms touch. Exhale, warrior two towards the back of your mat, open, expand. Inhale, reverse warrior, peaceful warrior. Exhale, cartwheel your arms and flow your version of high to low, or choose to skip it. And we'll meet back in downward facing dog. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale out through the nose. Inhale, right leg lifts, reach, extend, right leg behind you. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. Spin the back heel down to set up for warrior one. Inhale, warrior one, arms up, chest lifts. Exhale, sweep the arms behind you and press your chest forward. Inhale, shift the weight into your right foot. Exhale, one-legged Tadasana. Left leg lifts, parallel the thigh towards the top of the mat. Option to stay here, or option to inhale to find length. And exhale, figure four, right ankle on top of left thigh, channeling the same fierceness of Utkatasana. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana, left leg lifts. Exhale, pivot towards the left. Woo! Maybe hitting objects in your apartment. Inhale, high pyramid, palms touch. Exhale, warrior one to the front. Spin the back heel down. Left thigh bone bumps back into left hip socket, right hip bumps forward. Inhale, find length. Exhale, interweave the fingers at the base of your spine. Inhale, find length. Exhale, fold forward, bow down, humble warrior. Maybe bringing the inside seam of your chest into the inside seam of your leg. Inhale, Ujjayi. Exhale, Ujjayi. Release both hands down, frame the front foot. Elevate your back ankle, drop the back knee down, and untuck the toes. Plant through your right palm, and inhale, open twist towards the left, sending the left fingertips up towards the ceiling, feeling the rotation of your ribs. And exhale, plant the palm, bring your front foot. Inhale, left leg comes back to meet the right, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale in through the nose. And exhale, HA out of the mouth. Inhale in through the nose. And exhale out through the nose. Inhale, left leg lifts, reach, extend left leg behind. Oops, exhale, plant it down. That's not a part of this sequence. Inhale, look to the front. Exhale, move there, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, reset. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, fierce pose, awkward chair. Plug the weight into your hips. You'll hear heels, lift the chest. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale to find length in your spine. Exhale, prayer twist towards the left. Bring right elbow outside of left knee. Inhale to shift the weight into your left leg. Exhale to send the right leg behind you. Always option to come down to the knee for this revolved crescent. Inhale, open twist, left arm back, right arm forward. Woo. Embracing the wobbles. Exhale, open up, warrior two, spin the back heel down. Inhale, high pyramid, palms touch. Exhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose, left arm down, right arm up. Feeling right ribs over, left ribs under. Inhale, high pyramid. Exhale, warrior two, shift towards the back of the mat. Inhale, reverse warrior, peaceful warrior, left arm down, right arm up. Exhale, cartwheel your arms and flow or skip, and we'll meet back in downward facing dog. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale, HA. Seal your lips. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale out through the nose. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. Spin the back heel down, setting up for warrior one. Inhale, warrior one. Arms up, chest lifts. Exhale, sweep the arms behind you, press your chest forward. Inhale, shift the weight into your left leg. Exhale, one-legged Tadasana, right leg lifts, right thigh parallels the ground. Option to stay here, or option inhale, one-legged Tadasana, totally wobbling. And exhale, figure four, right ankle on top of left thigh, hands through heart center. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana, right leg lifts. Exhale, pivot, open up to the right. I keep picturing Michael Jordan and like Space Jam. Inhale, high pyramid, palms touch. Exhale, warrior one. Shift your body towards the front. Inhale to find length. Exhale, interweave the fingers at the base of your spine. Inhale. Exhale, bow forward, humble warrior. Bringing the torso down towards the floor, letting the head hang. Inhale, Ujjayi. Exhale, Ujjayi. Inhale. Exhale, plant the palms, frame your front foot. Inhale, drop the back knee down. Exhale, untuck your toes. Inhale, plant the left palm firmly into the ground. Exhale, open twist towards the right, right fingertips up towards the ceiling, right ribs over, left ribs under. Exhale, plant the palm, framing the front foot. Inhale, tuck under the back toes. Exhale, engage your back leg. Inhale, right leg comes back to meet the left. High plank. And exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale in through the nose. And exhale out through the nose. And I really, since quarantine, been enjoying using like the full, like all the degrees, like all 360 degrees in the radius that exists on our yoga mats and our yoga practice. I think it's really easy, especially like when you read and you see images, like in anatomy in particular, like I see the front of the body always. And sometimes I forget about the sides or I forget about the back. And I think that happens in our yoga practice too. And so I've really been enjoying these mandala kind of longer sequences, but they also take more time. So we're gonna get through this one more time, both sides. And knowing that we've got this together, it's gonna be over in like 4 minutes, literally. Inhale in through the nose. And exhale out through the nose. Inhale, look to the front. Exhale, move there, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, reset. Exhale, fold. Inhale for Utkatasana, fierce pose. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, find length in your spine. Exhale for a twist towards the right, left elbow outside of right knee. Inhale to twist. Exhale, send the left leg back, revolved crescent lunge, option to come down to the back knee. Inhale to twist. Exhale, open twist towards the right, right fingertips back, left fingertips forward. Inhale, warrior two. And exhale to really shift and shimmy, get into warrior two. Inhale, high pyramid, palms touch. Exhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose, right arm down, left arm up. legs are straight. Inhale, high pyramid, palms touch. Exhale, warrior two, shift yourself towards the back, expand. Inhale, reverse warrior, peaceful warrior, right arm down, left arm up. Exhale, cartwheel your arms and flow, or choose to skip your version of high to low. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale out through the nose. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. Spin the back heel down to set up for warrior one. Inhale, warrior one, arms up, chest lifts. Exhale, sweep the arms back, press your chest forward. Inhale, shift the weight into your right leg. Exhale, one-legged Tadasana, left leg lifts. Inhale to stay here, or exhale, figure four. Right ankle comes on top of left thigh, hands through heart center. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana, left leg lifts. Exhale, pivot towards the left. Inhale, high pyramid, palms touch. Exhale, warrior one to the front. Inhale to find length in your spine. Exhale, interweave the fingers at the base of your spine. Inhale. Exhale, bow forward, humble warrior. Bringing the torso towards the floor. Tapping into the force of gravity, just like we did in our forward fold. Inhale, Ujjayi. Exhale, Ujjayi. Inhale, drop the hands, frame your front foot. Exhale, drop the back knee down, untuck your toes. Inhale, plant the right palm into the mat. Exhale, open twist towards the left. Inhale, find length. Exhale, plant the palm, frame your front foot. Inhale, engage your back leg. Exhale, send the left leg back to meet the right, high plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower down, halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog to cobra. And exhale, down dog. Okay, last time, last side. Inhale in through the nose. Oh no, I forgot to add our half pigeon. Well, we'll fit it in at the end. Inhale, well no, let's do it now. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, half pigeon. Bring right knee towards the back of your right wrist. Untuck the toes and arrive into your half pigeon. If this is causing any pain in your ankle or your knee, you can flip over, practice figure four on your back. But otherwise, left leg is extended out behind you. Right heel can be close to the pelvis. And trying to find neutrality in your hips, it might be nice to stick a block or like a book under the right glutes. And then slowly moving your chest forward. And noticing, just like our shoulders, hips are this ball and socket joint. It can be kind of a shallower basin, but everybody's hips are different depths, and it does affect our range of motion. And part of the slowing down in the yoga practice, and part of the getting quiet, at least for me, the first time I ever did it, it gave space to how much noise there was in my mind. And then from there, I was able to more identify with like what thought patterns were going on. I can more easily label if I was planning, definitely a planner, or if I was getting nostalgic or fantasizing about something. So using the practice of mindfulness to become an observer of the field that is your mind. It's a very active field. And knowing that if something comes up, because sometimes I feel like the hips in particular are where we compartmentalize like intense emotions. I feel like shoulders are where we compartmentalize anxiety. And I don't have any scientific evidence to back this up. I'm sure there's something, but just based off of my experience with those joints, and they are shaped like bowls or basins, so they're the perfect thing to contain these things if you're holding on to them. And I say this just on the off chance that today is that class where something bubbles up and it surfaces and you're like, oh my God, where did that come from? Like, it is very much a practice, or it's very much associated with this practice. So validating that if it comes forward, this may just be like a hip thing for you, it may just be like melting. And I like to hold half pigeon and kind of these more yin inspired poses for a bit of time, because it takes a while for the muscles to kind of deactivate. And for a moment, and you can kind of get into the compression of the connective tissues and your bones and the joints. And then moving your hands back towards your hips, tucking the back toe under, engaging the back leg, and send your right leg up to three-legged dog. Reach, extend right leg behind. And exhale, plop the right foot down, coming into down dog. And then we'll do that on the left side with half pigeon. And hopefully I'll remember to put it in at the right time. But that's okay. It's just an exhibit of, like, we definitely have these neural pathways in our brain, and we definitely tend to gravitate towards routine. And so when you try something different, it can be hard and challenging, and that's okay. Inhale in through the nose. And exhale out through the nose. All right. Inhale, look to the front. Exhale, move there, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, reset, lengthen. Exhale, hinge. Inhale, Utkatasana, fierce pose, awkward chair. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale to find length. Exhale, prayer twist towards the left. Bring right elbow outside of left knee. Inhale to twist. Exhale to transition. Bring the right leg behind you, coming into the revolved crescent. Option to come down to the back knee. Inhale to breathe into this twist. Exhale, open twist, left arm back, right arm forward. Inhale, open up, warrior two. Exhale to shift and arrive fully in warrior two. Inhale, high pyramid, palms touch. Exhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Left arm down, right arm up. Inhale, high pyramid, palms touch. Exhale, warrior two towards the back, open up. Inhale, reverse warrior, peaceful warrior. Exhale, cartwheel the arms and flow your version of high to low. And we'll meet back in down dog. And again, picturing the intention you set at the beginning of class, picturing the faces. We're still in this together, and generating some gratitude for carving out this time. Inhale, left leg lifts, reach, extend left leg behind. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. Set up your warrior one, feet. Inhale, warrior one, arms up, chest lifts. Exhale, sweep the arms behind you, press your chest forward. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana, right leg lifts. Option to stay here, or option to exhale, figure four, right ankle over left, hands through heart center. I'm like clearly so winded. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana, right leg lifts. Exhale, pivot towards the right. Inhale, high pyramid, palms touch. Exhale, warrior one to the front. Inhale, find length. Exhale, interweave the fingers. Inhale to find length. Exhale, bow forward, humble warrior. Bringing the head down close to the floor. Inhale, Ujjayi. Exhale, Ujjayi. Inhale, drop both palms, frame your front foot. Exhale, flip your ankle towards the ceiling and drop the back knee down. Inhale, untuck your toes. And exhale, toe heel the right foot back towards center. Inhale, engage your back toes. Exhale, engage your back leg. And come back to high plank Dandasana. Flow your version of high to low. And I guess actually that transition, I would have had to do the left side first and then the right side. So I would have had to do it. We would have done the right pigeon twice if we would have transitioned there. That's okay. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale out through the nose. Inhale, left leg lifts, reach, extend left leg behind. Exhale, half pigeon. Bring left knee behind left wrist. Untuck the toes and come into half pigeon. You can also take figure 4 on your back, especially if you're experiencing any pain in your joints. And taking the time to set this up, the side may feel totally different. Adding any support you need under the glutes or under the torso, and then slowly bringing the chest down towards the ground. And we'll spend a generous amount of time on this side, just like we did the other. Noticing the rhythm of your heartbeat. And what does the reverberation of that feel like in your chest? How does the relationship of your heartbeat affect the rhythm of your breath? The lungs expanding and contracting. And just threading your awareness in your torso, your chest, the soft part of the belly. Also noticing what it's like on the back of you. Noticing your relationship to the floor. Feeling the points of contact between you and the floor. And then noticing your relationship also with the air on the surface of your skin, just like we did at the beginning of class. And knowing that we're headed into this new age of Aquarius. And there's like all those songs, like it's the dawning of the Aquarius. Yeah, like it's been happening. Some people said it happened in like 2000. Some people say it happened in 2012. But this year has been so tumultuous that it feels like this is like, especially with this conjuncture, this is like really when it's happening. And I know some people like don't follow astrology, but it is a really interesting tool to use to observe our collective behaviors and how they're influenced by the environment that we exist in. And slowly begin to walk your hands back towards your pelvis, tuck under the back toe, engage your back leg, and send the leg up high, 3-legged dog. Do any counter movement the body is asking for, and then plant the foot back down, come to the knees, and let your hips fall off towards one side. And choose if you'd like to take Paschimottanasana with the legs out long, or if you'd like to bring the soles of your feet to touch. Either way, kind of removing the glutes out from underneath you, so you're sitting on the sits bones. You can also sit up on something. Sometimes it helps flare the tail or tilt the pelvis down. Inhale to find length. And exhale to fold forward. You can absolutely leave a generous amount of distance in between your heels and your pelvis. I have been doing that, especially towards the end of class. It can be nice to support, find support and put blocks or something under your knees. We do a lot of the same movement with walking and running. So the legs and the muscles are doing that like up and down movement a lot, but they experience less of this opening sensation if you're doing more of like a butterfly. And finding your edge. You know, you don't have to push past anything like insane. This doesn't have to be a time where there's like that David Bowie quote where you're like, oh man, I'm gonna forget it. But he like, you know, I'm not even gonna try. It's actually in my Instagram profile though, in like one of the saved stories, if you want to find it. But maybe it is that time where you are pushing up on an edge. It just depends. And slowly beginning to press your chest up, Close your legs like you would close a book if you chose that version, and come to lay on your back. We're going to do a twist and then final rest. Come to lay on the back. Bring the knees in towards your chest, coming into a ball shape. Maybe roll around in the flat part of your back. And today I'm going to cue us through an eagle leg twist. You're welcome to just let the legs fall towards the left, let that whole structure happen. Or if you want to do the eagle leg twist or a twisted root, bring the right leg over the left thigh. You're welcome to go for a double bind, bringing right shin behind left calf muscle. No need to do that though if that's like causing strain. And then let the legs fall towards the left. Right arm goes out like half of a T. Gaze can be up or gaze can be towards your fingertips. You may even need to take some like micro movements in your back to complete that full twist. Releasing any tension still lingering. And bring knees back towards center. Unthread the legs and switching them out. This time bringing left leg over right. Maybe bringing left shin behind right calf muscle, but again, like not a necessary step if it feels like too much extra today. Letting the knees fall towards the right. Left arm goes out like half of a T. Gaze can be that direction. Gaze can be up. And you may want to take some micro adjustments. I kind of am wiggling around on my torso. And then I feel a little bit more comfortable to twist a little more fully, but that may just be the case today. May be different for you. And you can choose to let the Ujjayi breath go at this portion of class. Sometimes the Ujjayi breath is like amazingly soothing, and if you're just feeling it and you want to keep going with your practice, like that's your point of focus, you're welcome to keep it as well. And then bring the knees back towards center. Unthread your legs and come into a cannonball shape, Apanasana. If there's any little pose you want to fit in, sleeping baby, or bringing the soles of the feet to touch, or anything that's going to make you feel complete in the cycle of your practice, you're welcome to go there now. Otherwise, finding shavasana, final rest, letting the limbs come down, maybe laying on your back, maybe taking a fetal position, maybe even laying on your belly. And I'll let you know when it's time to come up and out. And you're welcome to stay in shavasana as long as you want. Like if this is your time to exit, I get it. But I want to stay within the 70-minute limit I set for this class. So I'm going to begin to ask you to invite to bring some movement back into your body. And that can be little wiggling of your face. You can expand and scrunch the fingertips. Maybe you bounce the legs. Bring the arms above you like you would, stretching in the morning. Bring the knees in towards your chest and choose if you'd like to roll over onto the right, which is going to be a more active side, or the left, which is going to be a more reflective side, using the bicep like a pillow. And generating gratitude first and foremost, always for yourself, and honoring the work that you're doing in this process, for having the discipline to do something that's not only a real physical challenge and something that really nourishes us, but also meeting the mental discipline required for this practice and cultivating mindfulness and embodiment. Engaging in that journey is absolutely brave and courageous work. Honoring the lineage of his practice going back to India with its roots in the wisdom texts like the Bhagavad Gita and the long line of lineage and teachers that came before me. And also honoring the unceded ancestral lands that I occupy here in Seattle, Coast Salish, and also the Duwamish people, both the ancestors in the past and the people alive today, moving those traditions forward. And to future ancestors, and gently press yourself up to a seat, and we'll meet with hands at heart center if that feels authentic to you. This is the Anjali Mudra gesture. It represents non-dualism. And we'll bring hands from heart center to third eye, strengthening connection of compassion that resides in the heart to the intuition that resides at third eye, bowing forward to seal in your practice, honoring the whole self, the full gamut of your experience, both the dark and the luminous aspects. Peace and thank you for being here.